Welcome to the CK Show, episode number 7. So today we're going to discuss how I have, no motivation to get anything done. It's a little bit, fucking here and there. I don't understand why sometimes I've got the motivation to do everything on the planet. Oh. Wait, I've just got to find my... No current streams. Oh well. I think I'm live anyway. Who knows? Supposedly the chat's there, so... Yeah, who knows? Oh no, I've broken it. Let me just close that. Yeah. Alright, that should be fine. But yeah, so currently I'm tackling this kind of lack of motivation to do anything. So, at last week's episode, I was discussing how I was going to make a video. I still haven't even started making the video. I wrote out a little bit of a script, but yeah, I can't find the motivation to do anything at the moment, except for playing Pokemon and shiny hunting. So it's not that I'm actually lacking motivation. I think it's more that I reset Pokemon Brilliant Diamond 5,000 times to get a shiny starter. I didn't actually do it 5,000 times, more like 350 times. And then I decided this is going to take forever. And you know what? The inner gambler in me is a bit upset because literally right after I gave up shiny hunting for the Bulbasaur, I got a shiny Zubat within 2 seconds. Mind you, the green bat's pretty cool, but I would have much rather an extra green Turtwig or a pink Chimchar. If I had 2 switches, I might have... Nah, it would have still taken me so many resets. It's still a painful process, a painful task. But instead of making a video, that's what I've been doing. I've been shiny hunting Pokemon. But yeah, so you guys might have noticed, I'm in a new location. So I've moved from my desk, which is behind you guys now, over to the couch. So I'm sitting on the couch. I've got everything plugged in like I normally do. I've got my light over there. Got my mic here. I've even got all this other stuff. So because I was wasting my time shiny hunting Pokemon and not doing anything about it, I've decided that I'm going to start streaming me doing these painful, adventurous tasks in the games where I do not have any shiny charms or shiny luck. You know, because who wouldn't want to torture themselves for upwards of 3 months straight of grinding on a game to just get a little shiny briefcase simulator going? You know, you just open the game and you close it, and you open the game and you close it, and you open the game and you close it, and you just do that on and on and on. And mind you, every time you open the game, you've got to wait 1.5 minutes or up to 2 minutes, depending on how quickly your Switch wants to load. You know, who doesn't want to see me go insane? So I'm going to put a link somewhere in the VOD, or I'll do a community post after being like, look, I'm live streaming here, because I'm not sure if I'm going to stream on YouTube and Twitch, or just on Twitch. I think I should do both, because it makes my life way simpler than having to upload the VODs from Twitch to YouTube, you know? But yeah, so if you guys were asking yourselves, Cooper, where's the video you promised us? Well, it doesn't exist, my dudes. I've been lacking the motivation, and actually, mind you, I've only started shiny hunting because it was this is a low effort thing, because I'm anti the real world at the moment. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm in a mode where I'm I want to reclude. Yeah, I don't want to go out and adventure. Maybe it's because I'm being lazy. And if you guys, there will still be a video coming out in March where I discuss what I was doing the whole month. And yes, I'm not actually ready for that because I'm going to have to do a forfeit that I've only thought of over the last couple of days. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of painstaking pain. Yes. But yes, as I said, I've lost motivation for the YouTube because really I think it works in phases with me, right? So sometimes I'll be able to just like pump out videos, and because my brain will just be switched on to making YouTube videos, I'll be like, yes, one video, two video, three video. Like in January, I did 26 videos, right? Which is insane, absolutely insane, my dudes. So I went really hard in January, and I think that because of that, I've kind of like worn myself out a little bit. But really, I think it's just an excuse. I think that I just keep telling myself these excuses to try and like pass it off. I'm like, yeah, no, I did really hard last month. I don't need to work as hard this month. But like that's the thing. I still need to keep going. And last month was really good. I got 10,000 views. I gained like 16 new subscribers to the channel. But I didn't stay consistent with it. I didn't keep fighting. Like I said, even in the last like 2 CK shows, I was like, this is only good if I keep doing it, right? And I haven't kept on doing it. Like I had my birthday, right? That's a valid excuse, right? Sure, it's a valid excuse. But I mean, in 2021 when it was my birthday, I still uploaded videos. But mind you, I think that it's like this battle that I have with myself. I'm like, do I keep making YouTube videos for the sake of making YouTube videos? Because I mean, it's a great way to like kind of document how you grow up and your different mindsets and different things, especially when it comes to the Cooper K like YouTube channel. So if you go back to like my old videos, you can kind of see the way that I would look at the world and the way I would try and like personify myself on YouTube. And then if you keep watching, like go every like 6 months you watch a different video, you can see how I've kind of like updated and upgraded the way that I think. So if you go all the way back to like the first video, then you watch like a slightly later video, you watch when I come back from Taiwan where I'm kind of like thinking about, yep, okay, what's next? What's my next move? Then you think about those videos I made when I was in year 12 and I was kind of like, oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was looking at life, it was kind of pointless. It's just like I was fighting against this inner demon that was telling me that there wasn't anything left for me to do. Like I was just like, yeah, but what if we're in lockdown forever? What if we're fighting this kind of demon forever? So you looking back at those old kind of videos and you kind of see, oh, okay, so there's one mental shift. Oh, there's another one. And then there's me in Japan where I kind of like was like, okay, I can make something work with my life where I can be happy and I can also have a career. Which is why I decided to take on a uni degree, because I realized that I wanted to be able to challenge my brain if I was going to be working, because I worked as an apprentice, right? It's just doing the same thing over and over again. Even once you become a fully qualified tradesman, they just do the same things over and over again. Whether that be, like, I had a really good experience as an apprentice, right? So I think I understood a little bit more of what the tradesmen were actually doing compared to, like, a lot of other apprentices, because I would be pretty much just hanging out with the tradesmen. I would be working with them directly. In fact, the 4th year apprentice was pretty much my apprentice. I had to teach him how to do so many things, which mind you, I'd only learnt like the day before. But because I like learned things a lot quicker than this dude, and I was having to teach him how to do these specific things and like how to do all these other things. So I was working as like an apprentice. I didn't know everything, right? But I picked things up fairly quickly, and I could very much see the kind of career I would end up having if I decided to become a tradesman. It wouldn't have been a bad career, but I think that the monotony of going through, like, especially if I was working in like commercial residential buildings, so like apartment buildings, you're just doing the same thing over and over again, and you're doing that for like 3 weeks straight, and then you move on to the next task, and you do that next task for 3 weeks straight, and it's just kind of like, do I want to be a line worker? And like I understand that even in the current career trajectory that I'm on, it's going to be very similar to that. But I do think that it'll be more problem solving, which is usually if you only have to solve a problem once, right? So if you solve the problem, then you can solve it again really quickly. right? So you don't even, well, and you already know the solution, right? So if you figure out the problem, then you've got the solution, then you can implement that same thing into other things. So the repetitive things, it's not you're doing, like you're not installing another fucking 50 light fixings, but rather you're going towards, you're solving the problem, and then you just have that template for it, and then you just reapply it, which takes, like, it's not like a monotonizing task. It's something that you can quickly and easily transfer from one thing to the next thing, and then you go on to the next problem, which then you're like, okay, how do I solve this? And then you think of all the different ways you can come up with a new idea to fix that, and then you've got the template / solution already there, and then you can just move on to the like the preceding thing. If that makes any sense to all of you guys, I've got to have a sip of my Monster. But I do think that somewhere inside me, there is like this little part of me that is just really like, okay, but the kind of life you want to live is going to be, like, you want to make videos, right? So I talk to myself in my head. I think I've thought so much that the only real thoughts I have are about thinking. But but yeah, so I've been battling with this kind of idea of, okay, well, if I'm never going to make it on YouTube, then do I still want to make videos? If so, what kind of videos do I make? And I've decided that, yeah, I don't really care too much about the concept of making money off of YouTube, rather than I care about the concept of, if I was making videos, I would like my videos to be able to, like, support themselves. So if I want to buy some new camera gear, or I want to buy some new gear, I would like my, like, YouTube channel to be able to pay for that, rather than, because overall, if you think about how much time, money, and effort has been invested into my channel, it's probably well over 1,000 hours of time and well over thousands of dollars of money. Mind you, it's like accumulated over what, like 15 years, because I've been making videos since I was 7 years old, my dude. I'm 22, damn. But yeah, so like you think that over all that time, all that money, effort, pain, struggle, sweat, maybe even a little bit of blood if you look back at my fitness challenge videos, like you think, oh, especially those dunking videos, bro, I would be going on that ring, like I'd be slamming my hand against it, and sometimes I'd even miss the ring and I'd get the net and my hands would just get messed up. Now I've got little like soft and smooth hands, except for around my nails, because I am a demolition artist on my nails. But yeah, so that's pretty much the whole vibe of where I am at now. So I'm kind of like battling this kind of idea of, okay, how do I, if I want to be making videos for the sake of making videos, how do I get to a point where that is sustainable? And I think that overall, being monetized on the channel is actually the only way to make this like a sustainable thing. Like, yes, I can make the videos with what I've got, but the videos I want to make involve way more expensive shit. Like, it's not like I want to make movies of little moments of my life, right? So I want to have like this as the archive for my life, as I've said multiple times, right? So this channel is the archive, right? You've got all the different levels of being, all the different levels of like my mind is just on this channel. So if you like, I've watched my own videos more than I think anyone else has, and honestly, I'm like, okay, I really, it's like, it teaches you something about yourself when you can just see like where you were before, and then because I'm the only one that knows what was going into everything, I can also kind of like be like, oh yeah, I remember like thinking behind this kind of idea, this thought, and then I can expand on it even more, and like so really it's more like I'm not losing good parts of my memory or like the evidence behind things I've done. Like, I will know how I was feeling at that certain stage when I've made those videos, which is why I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't make more videos in Japan. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter too much because there was so many photos taken. There's and also the Vibes and Actions podcasts. Each episode of that, I still have access to. You guys don't. That's unlucky, my dudes. But I still have access to that. So I still have those videos really from Japan. It's more like the last year and a bit where I was kind of like all of last year. Like I have nothing for last year, which is insane. Like I didn't make any videos. I didn't really do anything. Like I can't believe that I didn't make anything last year. Like that is honestly my biggest regret in life is that I don't have any way to memorialize last year in my like brain. Like I have photos on my phone, but I didn't take almost any photos compared to what I have previously. So it's kind of like this part of me is like missing because I didn't decide to make any videos. Which is why I've decided, like, this is one of the main reasons why I decided to make the CK show, right? So, the CK show gives me this kind of weekly kind of outlet where I can discuss my, like, battles and strategies into taking over the world, you know? And, I mean, honestly, the couch setup's pretty fire. I can, like, sit back, just be, like, playing games and stuff. Like, bro, I'm doing a Professor Oak challenge that I'm not filming on Brilliant Diamond because when I gave up on shiny hunting for the starters, I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna do a different challenge that's kind of more difficult. Which is okay. But man, I haven't even gotten the first badge and I'm still grinding the Pokemon. And I've got like 20 hours in the game, 17 hours in the game. And it's just because I have to keep battling these Geodudes and Onix with Sturdy. Bro, why don't they just die in one hit, man? But like, that's kind of beside the point. But, yeah. So, let me have another sip of my Monster. But yeah, so it's pretty much, it's disappointing that I didn't make any videos in 2024. It's disappointing that I didn't make many videos in 2023. Yo, what is up, Marco? But yeah, so as I was saying to myself, it's been a struggle not having like the kind of gallery, the archive of like footage that I've got for pretty much every other year of this channel. So I've got all of Taiwan, I've got the year before Taiwan, I've got the year kind of after Taiwan, and then there's just like this kind of gap, and then there's a few videos from Japan, and then there's like this huge gap where I didn't really see where I was like putting myself, where I wasn't making the videos to kind of see what I was doing. Yo, good to see you too, Markham. Some of your Blender tutorials have actually been super useful recently because I've been designing things in 3D. I've been making LED lights and stuff, and I've been trying to get like a bunch of different 3D designs like made for like letters and stuff, and I was trying to figure out the easiest way to do it. And you've got all the tutorials. Now, it's good to be making videos again, being able to see, like, if I know that I watch my old videos and I do it all the time, and I know that by having videos from now, it'll leave me with a better perspective in the future. Will do. Thank you, Markham. Markham 3D. But yeah, so overall, the videos they've been helpful. So they're going to be helpful, which is my key thing, is that I want to have a way to look back at each point in time. So over the next year, I'm just going to keep doing this every week, and then next year I'll assess, see where I'm going, and then I'll decide if I'm going to make it something more specific. Thank you, Malcolm. I'll keep my chin up and my head. Yeah. Thank you, Malcolm, for watching the stream. But yeah, so it's gonna be a good way to kind of put into perspective where I was previously. So when I'm at a point where I've done this for a year, How did it go? Was it successful? Was it something that provided a good utility for me to speak about my like thoughts, what's been going on over the recent kind of times? You know? It's like it is what it's like. It's a good way to just kind of put into perspective my whole kind of life, especially for this year, right? Because the next couple of years are going to be the most kind of like gruesome battling, because I'm still in university. I'm still trying to get my degree, right? I'm older than all of my like classmates. They've all grown up already. They've all got, well, I don't know if they've all got jobs, but they've all finished. Most of them, like a lot of them, not most of them, a lot of them have gone to uni. They've gotten their stuff sorted, right? They've done either apprenticeships or they've gotten a degree. Very few of them have done things like I have. So I think overall, life experience wise, I'm a lot further ahead than a lot of other people. Because I lived in Taiwan at 17 for a year. I lived in Japan for a year. I've got these experiences that most people would only ever dream of having. And it's a really good kind of push for me now that I'm like back into trying to grind out to try and build some kind of life for myself. Because as humans, to be engaged in society at any degree, you need to understand like the multiple factors of everything. You need to understand how you move on from one thing to the next, and you need to kind of build a life. Like society says you need to buy your own home, you need to have a full-time job, you need to take 2 weeks off a year. That's all you get. I mean, probably end up running my own business anyway, because I mean, it's way better to kind of meet people and you can work for people directly rather than working for people through another entity. So I think that once I've completed all the tasks I need to do to get like my professional qualifications and all these other things, I'm going to kind of go into this role where I'm running my own business and I'm working pretty much directly for my friends and other people. Maybe not my friends, but like people I've met and they need something fixed that I know. Like acquaintances, but they'll probably end up being like friends per se, but like business associates, but like people that I know and they're like, oh, can you do this for me? And then like not like people you went to school with, but like people that you've met in the world that need certain tasks done. And then I've got to just work on my like selling, right? So that's like the main thing. If you're running a business, you've got to be able to sell, provide product, and have good service, right? So really, at the moment, I'm doing like a marketing job. And I mean, it's not teaching me like the actual marketing aspects of what I'm going to need in the future, but it does give you a good kind of concept on what you're doing overall when it comes to marketing. Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm going to have another sip of Monster because I need it. But I do think that running your own business will give me, well, me running my own business, it'll give me a platform to be able to do the things that I want. But I might not be able to start my business until I'm like in my mid-30s. My nose is like really blocked. Hold up. I'll be back. We back. I just need to blow my nose real quick. It was like hard to speak because my nose was blocked. But yeah, so I'm going to at some point be running my own business, but it's gonna take me a minimum of like 8 years to do this. But as long as if I do the things that I need over the next 8 years, then I'm gonna end up with permanent residency in Japan. I'm gonna end up with some land, right? I don't really necessarily need a house yet. And that's my other thing. I don't want to live in an apartment for the rest of my life, right? Like, this is cool and all, but I can hear when the person on top of me drops, like, their marbles in the morning, or when they're dropping their marbles before they go to sleep. It's like, what are you doing, dog? Like, what is this, like, marble sounding thing that is, like, happening every 5 minutes when I'm trying to go to sleep? It's, like, the most annoying noise. I'm, like, living in an apartment building is like living in a big house with multiple people. You know? It's, like, it's a difficult kind of battle. I think that's one of the main, like, that's one of the good things about carpet in apartment buildings. It's like it deadens the sound. So if someone drops something, you're not going to hear it, right? Unless they're dropping, like, the hammer onto the ground or something. But you won't hear it because there's more soundproofing from the carpet. Whereas here, we've got these wood vinyl floorboards, and then it's all concrete. And they haven't even, like, I don't know if it's allowed or not, but I don't think they've covered up, like, there's no cover on the concrete. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's fine. It's aesthetic, my dudes. It's aesthetic. But yeah, so as we go through the years, right? I have a 10-year plan. I've got my 3-year plan. I've also got a 5-year plan. But in between my, like, because really it's an 8-year plan that I have. And then there's a 2-year gap, which I'm probably going to put in the middle, where I'm going to go traveling with my partner and we're going to go do all this stuff. So there's it's not, yeah. Well, actually it's a 6-year plan. So I've got a year and a half left of uni, and then 3 years for professional qualification, 2 years for professional qualification. So 3.5 years before I am, like, fully qualified and able to do what I want to do. And then I'll go 2 years gap year, so 5.5 years. And then 3 years in Japan, trying to get my permanent residency, which hopefully I can actually do in, like, 1 year. Because theoretically, after I've got my professional qualification, I should be able to get PR on points fairly quickly, depending on what the rules are then. But I'm going to go straight to as soon as I land in Japan, day one, I'm going to be like, look, I've got a job, I'm on a high-skilled visa, I've got 1, 2, 3, look how much money I'm making, blah, blah, blah. This is how many points do I have? And they're like, okay, here you go. And then I'll spend the next 1 year working, doing all this stuff. So really, I've only got to maintain my job for a year, which in Japan it's gonna be a difficult battle because I probably won't get any weeknights. I'm gonna be out drinking with my co-workers every single day. Hopefully not. I'm actually sick of alcohol. I hate it. I hate alcohol so much. It's just everywhere. There's alcohol everywhere in here, and I'm just like, get it away from me. Like, it's actually, like, daunting. Alcohol is scary, my dudes. I'm just saying this because I drank too much on my birthday. But yeah. But yeah, so like I've said, I've got my like plan, right? But it's hard to have motivation in everything else when you've got your goals set, like, for the next, like, 8 to 10 years, and it's just kind of like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? There's nothing that I can directly do right now that'll help me towards what my goals are for that next 8 years, right? Like, there's the issues that are happening now, but they all feel so insignificant, and every time I try to, like, do something, like, trying to sell my car, and I'm just like, but, like, it's so much effort to do this. Is it even worth the reward when I probably won't even need the car that I will end up buying to replace this car when I actually finish university? Like, I only need a car for my current job right now. Like, besides that, the car that I have now is actually fine, right? This car can get me from here to the shops, right? That's fine. That's all I need it to do, right? But because I have a job where it requires me to drive all the way across the city in peak hour, it's kind of like this battle with like, do I need a new car? Do I want a new car? Because I don't actually like. I'm looking at these cars and I'm like, I don't want to be spending money now because the main thing is that I want to travel in 3.5 years. Like I want to travel, and it's gonna be way harder if I'm losing $2,000 of compound growth to buy another car after selling my car. Like, it's actually one of those things where I'm just like, I just need another job, but I can't get one. I just need another way to make money, which is kind of the biggest thing. I need to be making like $2,000 a month in order to feel like I'm comfortable helping save and doing all these other things. And it feels like right now I feel like I'm waterboarding myself, right? I'm like waterboarding myself. Maybe if there was some way where I could get like Centrelink and I don't know, like if there was some form of way to actually like be able to not have to drive around the city, because it's not that I don't want to work, it's that I just don't want to drive across the city for work. It's like doing Uber, but instead of doing Uber, I'm going into these stores and giving out free samples of alcohol. You're also trying to buy a car. Oh, bro. Well, I've got a car, right? But it's manual, and it's so painful to drive the car across the city. Like, I'd rather be driving an auto, my dude. I don't know who this is. TK0624. But yeah, it's this kind of thing where I'm like, the small goals just don't really measure up to the larger goals, right? The small goals of like trying to get a different car for work, when really I just need to find a different job. Like, I can't get any jobs that I've applied for because there's thousands of people applying for every single job. I think maybe if I go to school, print out my resume, and I hand it in physically at all these like places around, maybe I'll be able to get a job. Like, I've even managed to fit all of my classes into one day. Right? So on Wednesdays, I'm going to be like going to school from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. But it's okay. It's okay. But it's just like this kind of thing where you just like, do these little things even matter in the big like picture? Because my car's not bad. It's still good. That is Thomas, right? At least that's what I thought, but I don't know. But like I was saying, it's like I'm at war with myself over these little tasks, because the motivation towards doing these tasks isn't there when I've got my eye set on like this bigger picture kind of idea. Like, I would much rather be able to focus down and like actually do something, but I don't have any classes on it at the moment, and I'm struggling to find a job. Every time I apply for something, I either don't get a call back or I get the call back, but I don't get the interview. So it's yeah, I'm gonna have to, I think that it's probably time to get back into that old nitty gritty kind of thing. But mind you, when I've done that before, they're just like, oh, you have to apply online. You have to apply online. Yeah, you have to apply online. It's like, go away. I just want a job, my dude. I just want to work 24 hours a week. I mean, theoretically, I can work 40 hours a week, but like, if you only have 3 8-hour shifts available, I will take them. I've applied for everything, man. I've applied to like 1,200 jobs, and I still haven't gotten a new one. Yeah. But like, this is kind of what I mean by like I'm struggling with the motivation towards things, because like, yes, I like can handle all the no's, right? But at some point, right, nobody can handle all the no's, and it's this. I don't understand the job market, right? Because all these places have job openings, but there's thousands and thousands of people that are unemployed. Like, from what it looks like, everyone is applying for everything. Like, I don't understand where are all these human beings coming from, and why is it so hard to find a job? I don't know. That's just been my thoughts. This has been the CK Show, episode number 7. Thank you to the people who tuned in, left a comment, and like interacted with the stream. It wasn't a bad stream. I love you guys. I'm gonna blow you a blow kiss, and I'll see you next week in the next CK Show episode.